Join your hands and close your eyes. All of you will stand straight. Now start your lesson prayer. Good afternoon, all of you. Okay, so today is our science class. Okay, so all of you take out your science books, science copies, which you have now. Okay. Okay, so all of you take out your science books, science copies, diaries and pencil boxes. Okay, so we were doing the chapter Adaptations in plants. So all of you take out your science books, page number 1818. Page number 1818. Okay, so today we will do adaptations in aquatic plants. Okay. Gauri, stand up. Read from the beginning of page number 1818. Okay, very good. Sit down. So, adaptations in aquatic plants. Aquatic plants have special adaptations that help them to survive in water. So, all the aquatic plants, what are called aquatic plants? The plants that grow in water, they are called aquatic plants. Okay, and they have many special adaptations which help them to survive in water. Okay, they are grouped into free floating, fixed floating and submerged plants. So how many types of free floating plants are how many types of aquatic plants are there? There are 3 types of aquatic plants. They are free floating, fixed floating and submerged plants. Okay. Rani, stand up. Read from Adaptations in Free Floating Plants. Okay, very good. Sit down. So, adaptations in free floating plants. Now we will discuss about the adaptations of free floating plants. Free floating plants are small sized, very light and spongy. So, free floating plants are very small in size and they are very light in weight. Okay, their weight is very light. Okay, and they are also spongy. Why? Because they have air-filled spaces in between their cells which help them float in water. Okay, because between their cells air is filled. Okay, so for that's why they are very spongy, and the air-filled spaces helps them to float in water very easily. The roots of these plants do not reach the soil on the waterbed and they float freely on the surface of water. So the roots of the free floating plants are very short and they do not reach the soil which is on the waterbed. So for that's why they can float very easily on the surface of water. Okay, so for that's why they can float freely on the surface of the water. Okay, Rinky, stand up. Read from their leaves. Okay, very good. Sit down. So their leaves have a waxy coating to prevent rotting in water. Okay, there is a waxy coating on their leaves so that they will not rot in water. Okay, rot means poche jawa. Okay, Now water lettuce, duckweed and water hyacinth are some free-floating aquatic plants. So some examples of free-floating aquatic plants are water lettuce, duckweed and water hyacinth. Okay? Okay. So all of you give classwork date from Adaptations in Aquatic Plants. Today we started reading from Adaptations in Aquatic Plants and today we read up to water lettuce, duckweed and water hyacinth are some free-floating aquatic plants. Okay. Now I will give you some questions and you will write those questions in your science copies. Okay. Okay. At first, all of you take out your diaries and write down in your diaries one homework. All of you take out your diaries and write down in your diaries today's date, subject, H-W-1, give some examples of free hyphen floating plants. Okay, full stop. So this much is your diary. After writing the diary, all of you will take out your science copies and you will write in your science copies today's date, C/W. Okay. Number 1. How many types of aquatic plants are there? Question mark. Name them. Full stop. Answer. Write down. There are 3 types of aquatic plants. Full stop. Then write down they are dash. Number 1, free floating plants. Number 2, fixed hyphen floating plants. And number 3, submerged plants. Okay. Then write down question number 2. why do the free hyphen floating plants, why do the free hyphen floating plants have waxy coating on their leaves? Question mark. Okay. Okay. So today's homework is give some examples of free floating plants. Okay, you have to write some examples of free floating plants. Okay, have all of you written the homework question? Okay, so I am done. Okay, I am continuing the answer of question number 2 from here. Answer. The free hyphen floating plants have waxy coating on their leaves to prevent rotting in water. Okay, so this much is your classwork. Okay, after writing the classwork, all of you will take out your rough copies and you will write down one small LCW. Okay, okay, have all of you written the number 1 question? Okay, I am telling. In your science copy, you will write today's date, then classwork. Question number 1. How many types of aquatic plants are there? Name them. Answer. There are 3 types of aquatic plants. They are number 1, free floating plants, number 2, fixed floating plants, and number 3, submerged plants. Number 2. Why do the free floating plants have waxy coating on their leaves? Answer. The free floating plants have waxy coating on their leaves to prevent rotting in water. Okay? Okay. Have all of you written question number 1 of your classwork? Okay, so I am running. Our LCW question is question number 1. How are the free hyphen floating plants? Okay, so this much is your learned classwork. I will tell the question of this LCW. Okay, and you will mark in your book. Okay. Okay. Today there is no revision classwork. Okay. So this much is your thing which you will write in today's class. Okay. Okay. All of you mark today's LCW at first. So all of you take out your science books, page number 1880. Okay? Okay. Today's LCW question is, how are the free floating plants? Okay? All of you look page number 1818, second para. Adaptations in free-floating plants. The first line. Free-floating plants are small-sized, very light and spongy. Okay, bracket that line. And mark it as L number 1. Okay? Have all of you marked? Okay. Now I will ask you some questions. Okay? Okay. Shulekha, stand up. Tell me the answer of today's homework question. Give some examples of free floating plants. Yes, very good. You will write like this. Some examples of free floating plants are water lettuce, duckweed, water hyacinth, etc. Okay, so some examples of free floating aquatic plants are water lettuce, duckweed, water hyacinth, etc. Okay, so like this you will write the answer of today's homework. Okay, all of you write the things which is written on the board very quickly. And today's LCW question is, how are the free floating plants? Okay, the answer will be the free floating plants are small sized, very light and spongy. Okay, all of you write fast. Okay, have all of you understood today's lessons? Okay. And give some examples of free floating plants. Okay, this question can be given like this also, that write some examples of free floating plants. Okay, or name some free floating plants. Okay, or write the names of some free floating plants. Okay. Okay, have all of you written? Okay. So today our class is up to here. All of you will take care of yourself. May God bless all of you. See you in the next class. Till then, bye. Thank you.